Welcome back, you gorgeous weirdos. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm so glad you're here. I have dip powder. Azurebeauty sent over this 20-piece dip powder kit for me to try out, and shout out to Azurebeauty for sponsoring today's video. We're going to get right into this dip kit. I have used Azurebeauty on my channel for years. I love them with my whole entire heart. Those liquids, the Azurebeauty liquids, I have been swearing by those for literally years. So if you haven't seen this dip kit on Amazon yet, allow me to introduce you. We're going to get right into it. Opening up the package, the first thing I see is this little sheet that tells you how many dips it takes to achieve a certain level of color, which I think is brilliant. You also get your instructions. I'm going to walk you through everything. If you need a very detailed step-by-step for beginners, that's said for external use only, just so y'all know. In case you needed to hear that, some people do. I'll leave a very beginner-friendly step-by-step tutorial up in the cards if you've never done dip nails before. This kit also comes with a buffing block. It comes with a little dip tray that you can use if you want to do a French manicure, or if you rather pour over or slide your finger in, you can use that. I love that for French manicures or for marbling. It also comes with a little dusty brush, which I'm going to use, but not in that way. It comes with a cuticle pusher. You got your 3 liquids, your base, activator, and top, along with a brush saver. I use these. They're Azurebeauty. I'm going to probably use them today. That way I don't have to open up the new liquids. I'll use them like for travel or something, if I go anywhere. And then you have all your colors. These are absolutely beautiful. Their colors are just so easy to work with. They're so buttery. They're so soft. They remind me a lot of Model 1's dip powders and acrylics. So I'm going to pick out these 2 colors, and we're going to do a little beachy ombre moment. And I'm going to do them on press-ons. Why? Because I like to make nails that I can keep forever and ever and always, because I have attachment issues. Anyway, moving on. If you're doing these on your own natural nails, you can do the exact same thing that I am doing right on your natural nails. Oh, did I mention that we're not using gel at all? Zero gel in this video. I know, who the heck am I? It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. And I honestly didn't know if this was going to come out okay, because I haven't done dip with dip liquids in so long, but spoiler alert, I'm obsessed. This came out beautiful. So I'm going to use cupcake liners for this ombre, only because I feel like I'm going to make a mess. I make a mess anyway, but I feel like the mess is minimized with using cupcake liners. You don't need them, but I'm going to use them just because I am. I'm going to go in with my dip base coat. I'm going to apply the dip base to the entire nail from cuticle to free edge, and then we're going to start ombreing. Now, there are so many ways you can do an ombre. You can do this method I'm going to do. This is kind of like the sprinkle method, I guess, tap ombre. You can do a scrub ombre, which I'll show you in a little bit, and then a gel ombre, which will leave up in the eye. For this, I'm going to take that first color, the free edge color, on my eyeshadow brush. This is the dusty brush from Azurebeauty, and I'm going to just start sprinkling that first color on, focusing it mostly on the tip of the nail, and then as I run out of product on my brush, I'll put my hand more further up towards that center of the nail, so it kind of fades into the middle of the nail. And then once I have that color situated where I want it, I'm going to tap off the excess. I'm going to grab that second color, and I'm going to add the second color to the back side of the nail. And guess what? You just did an ombre, and it was that easy. I'm going to tap off the excess for that cover peachy nudie color. I'm going to give it just a second to hang out and dry and set, and then I'll go in with a fluffy, dusty brush, remove all the excess dip powder, and then we're going in for coat number 2. Coat number 2 is going to be exactly the same thing. I'm dusting it off camera, by the way, just to not contaminate the colors and make a mess further. Didn't help anything, but now we're going to go in for coat number 2. Coat number 2 is exactly the same. Normally, I would switch up the order in which I apply the colors, but I did notice that these 2 ombreed really, really nicely together. That blend is very soft and very seamless, so I'm just going to keep going with the way I did it the first time, taking the base from cuticle to free edge, going in with that first color on the tip of the nail, ombreing that up towards the center. Then I'll fill in the back part of the nail with that nudie cover color. After this, I would highly advise capping your nails with clear dip powder, especially if you're doing something like an ombre, because when you go to file and buff, presumably, if you are filing and buffing. If you're not, then disregard what I'm saying. But if you're going to file and buff and shape your nails, you don't want to disturb the pigment that is creating your ombre, right? So I'm going to go ahead and cap and clear. That way, when I do a little buffing over these nails later, which I will show you a little bit of, I don't disturb that ombre that I just made a whole mess trying to achieve. So we're going to cap and clear. And then I'm going to show you one other nail, but I'll show you without yapping so I don't distract you, because I know some of us are different, right? Some are auditory learners. You want to hear what is happening step by step. Some are more visual and get distracted by my yapping. So I'll show you one nail without me yapping. And then we'll get into filing, and we're using dip powder top coat. I know, but wait till you see the gloss on this dip powder top coat. I mean, I know it's good. Oh, I'm scrubbing in that pigment a little bit just to deepen the pigment on that edge of the nail. What is this, like a Tiffany blue green color? It's so pretty. Anyways, I don't even know what I was saying. I'm going to scrub in this pigment. I'm going to cap in clear. This kit doesn't come with a clear, so if you want to use clear, you'll have to grab a different one. Azure does have a clear dip powder on Amazon. Yeah, so for the clear, I'm going to basically apply it the same way that I would apply a regular dip powder. I'm just going to put down a coat of the dip base coat, cuticle to free edge, cover the entire nail, and then I'm going to dip kind of gently. I mean, it's not gel liquid, so you're not going to really displace that liquid, but you also don't want to like slam it in there. Just dip it gently into the jar. I will dip like 2 or 3 times just to make sure that the liquid is being absorbed by the powder. And then we are going to move on to the next nail. I'm going to wait to activate. There's no sense in me activating one nail at a time. So I'm going to wait until all the nails are done to activate, but I'm going to let y'all sit and watch me do one ombre nail in peace and quiet. And I'll come back for activator. So I went ahead and finished all of the nails. I'm just going to put the respective colors into their homes. And as you can see, my attempts at not making a total disaster out of my nail desk was feeble at best. Anyways, so now that I've gotten all the nails done, these are the two colors in case you missed it in the beginning. I don't know what numbers they are. I can't see from here. Should I put my glasses on? Maybe. I'm in denial. So now we can dust off any of the excess clear dip powder and activate. I do generous amounts, copious perhaps, of activator. I just want to make sure that I'm getting down to the absolute bottom and I'm activating every single granule of dip powder that's on this thing. I have had issues in the past, not with Azurebeauty, with different brands that haven't really cured completely or solidified completely. So I tend to be a little overkill with activator. Do you need to be? Probably not, but I'm like better safe than sorry. So I'm going to start activating all of these nails. I'm going to let them sit for about 4 to 5 minutes, and then I'll show you a little bit of my filing routine. So I let those hang out for just a few minutes, and now I'm going to show you basically how I file these press-on nails. I'm going to start with the underside. I always tend to start with the underside and the sidewalls, making sure everything is nice and straight. Then I'll go around the free edge, make sure that is reshaped, because sometimes dip powder can make your nail a little bit bulky. I'm basically just taking the shape back to approximately what it was before I started dipping. That's it. I'm not doing anything crazy because honestly, I really didn't have to. The liquids and the powders, they work so well together, and my application with Azurebeauty products is usually pretty seamless. So I'm just going to clean everything up. Once I have all the edges cleaned up, then I will take a buffing block and go over the surface of the nail. And that is all. Then we're going to be ready for a dip top coat. And if you've been having issues with your dip top coat, stick around. I'm going to walk you through it so you have a flawless dip powder top coat. So I went ahead and I finished all my buffing and filing and shaping. Here's what the thickness is looking like. That was near the cuticle. Here's the free edge. They are not thick. They are not bulky. You're going to see them on my hand a little bit later, but let's get into the top coat. So the first step to dip top coat is activator. The top coat requires activator to dry quick and glossy. If you skip this step, your top coat is A, going to take forever to dry down, and B, it's not going to give you that gloss and shine that you are looking for out of your dip top coat. So I'm going to put down a coat of the activator. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 seconds to a minute. I'm not giving it that much time to hang out. And then you're going to see me wipe down all of the nails with a lint-free wipe. That is because I don't want to contaminate my dip top coat brush. I don't want anything on that nail surface that could make my dip top coat brush harden. If you know, you know. If you had it happen, you know what a pain in the ass it is. So I'm going to wipe down all that excess activator. I don't know what the science is. I don't know how this works together, but I'm telling you it does. This is my is it full or foolproof method? Tell me down below. Anyways, now that I've gotten all of that activator off the surface of the nail, we can start dip top coat. So first coat, we're going to do two. The first coat is going to be no more than 2, 3, maybe 4 quick strokes across the entire nail. You do want to make sure you're wiping off your top coat brush on a lint-free wipe or a paper towel before you return it back to the bottle. This is super important to not contaminate your dip liquids. That's it. 2 to 3, maybe 4 on your thumbnail, quick swipes across the nail, wipe off the brush, back in the bottle, and on to the next nail. Once we finish the thumb, I'm going to show you what the nails will look like, and you're going to see the thumb is going to look nice and glossy, while the pinky is starting to look a little bit wrinkly. That's good. That's a good sign. Once the nail you started with starts looking a little bit wrinkly or crinkled, that is when you are good to go for your coat number 2. So here's what the nails are looking like. You see what I'm talking about? The thumb is nice and shiny, but the pinky is looking a little bit more dull. It's time to go in with coat number 2. So we're going to go ahead with coat number 2. And coat number 2 you can do pretty much the exact same way as you did coat number 1. However, you can take a little bit more time. You can do an extra swipe. You can cap your free edge depending on your nail shape. I don't really need to because these are almond nails and I don't feel like they're going to chip or anything. But you still want to exercise precaution with your dip top coat. I don't take too much time because this is an air dry product. You don't want to be over manipulative. What am I saying? You don't want to over manipulate this product. And I'm still wiping the brush off on a lint-free wipe before I put it back in the bottle, just to make sure my liquid stays as clean as possible. But I'm telling you, I've been using these liquids for years. I have never contaminated a bottle or a brush, ever. Not that I try to. I mean, I don't like buying products, so I won't attempt it. But I could be a little reckless with my nails sometimes and my nail products. So that's a testament to these liquids. Good luck contaminating them. Now we're going to let them sit and hang out. These did dry down in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Wait, don't touch with them, don't mess with them, don't breathe on them the wrong way. Just let them be, let them sit, let them hang out. If they're on your natural nails, don't move. And here is what they look like after I applied them. This is dip top coat. This is dip top coat. It looks like gel. It looks like a gel top coat. I can't believe how glossy this is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me today. Thank you again to Azurebeauty. I hope the rest of y'all's day is as beautiful as you are, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.